Feeling like I'm floating to the ceiling, is it magic? Baby, tell me why you disappearing, is it magic? I won't never tell him how I did it, it was magic.
Stay tuned on the Discord side, stay tuned on the Discord side. I got you with the visual, I got you.
Can you catch it? If somebody come through bluffing, I'ma blast them and tell the police I don't know what happened. If I gave a fuck about a sitch, I'd always be broke. I never get to pull up in the bins when my locs. Growing up, we was post, so we hopped off that post with a gun, tryna blow, tryna kick down your door.
Enjoy.
News, spreading love now. Sick of police lights, sick of gun sounds. Niggas bread ain't up, so they come foul. But it's handshakes, hugs when I come around. Wow, funny style. Hate to see
Let's go. Now we got the stream ready. We starting with the stream. We pin that to the top.
So janky. Know them niggas down the street still hate me. Hope little baby know that she can't play me. Dumb hoe, love cost, but the game free. Dumb hoe. Feeling like I'm floating to the ceiling, is it magic? Baby, tell me why you disappearing, is it magic? I won't never tell him how I did it, it was magic. Can you imagine? Money in the mattress, love the way I stack it. I can make it rain, blue hundreds, can you catch it? If somebody come through bluffing, I'ma blast them and tell the police I don't know what happened. Crippin' blood shit. That's the only thing I ever been in love with. So I hope you know he never going public.
Let them know we live. Feel free to repost the room.
I be thugging.
It's going down.
Jumping out the backseat, busting. Everybody we be beefing would be saying that they bleeding shit, but see us and they don't do nothing. Oh, put it on the deadlocks. They know I've been bout it since the get-go. If I hit the corner clicking, better get low. You ain't with it, nigga, with you from the set I just wanna be successful. You will never ever see me with my head low. Mama met my daddy, then they had me in the ghetto. Handed me a 38 and told me I was special. North. Feeling like I'm floating to the ceiling, is it magic?
Yo, shout out Agro in the chat. It's good, chat.
I won't never tell him how I did it,
Let's
it was
go.
magic. Can you imagine? Money in the mattress, love the way I stack it. I can make it rain, blue honey's magic. If somebody come through bluffing, I'ma blast them and tell the police I don't know what happened. Feeling like I'm floating to the ceiling, is it magic? Baby, tell me why you disappearing, is it magic? I won't never tell him how I did it, it was magic. Can you imagine? Money in the mattress, love the way I stack it. I can make it rain, blue hundreds, can you catch it? If somebody come through bluffing, I'ma blast them and tell the police I don't know what happened.
Hey yo. In this special occasion, right, of this whole new thing, this whole new wave, this Owe Me to Burn wave, I want to kind of give you guys a glimpse of what's on the horizon. Now, I know we got the single coming out on well, not coming out, but the premiere for the single coming out on Saturday. But like I said, this is an ongoing effort, and some of the songs that we're gonna be throwing on here are already done. We're just adding the mechanics. So y'all want to hear some of the songs that's coming to Owe Me to Burn? Or listen to Burn? I gotta get this. I gotta get this right. I gotta listen to Burn. Listen to Burn only. Yo, all right. Here we go.
I wish I could turn your voice into a playlist. Download every kind word you've ever spoken and listen to it on repeat. Close my eyes and pursue paradise locked behind pursed lips. I long for their opening. The life's air in your whisper, the heaven in your hello. All are daily reminders to me that.
Yo, let's go. Like I said, if you haven't done so yet, repost the space, repost the room. We got live. Shout out Bug in the building. I got you, bro. I got you. Shout out Casual, shout out Press, shout out Steve. Notorious, what's good? And shout out everybody in the Discord. I see you, OMW, Sydney Shea, Vegan Teens, Tech Nerd, what's up? G Metals, what's up? Cash, what's up? Pink Milk.
January 8th.
And if you're in the Discord, feel free to throw something in the chat over there
The
too.
feeling of all the wind being knocked out of my lungs with a force strong enough to move ships across the Atlantic. You made my thinking clearer than the words said right before resuscitation. In fact, it felt like the day that we met, my heart began truly beating for the first time. In a way, I guess you can say meeting you was like being born.
From the first day I met you, saw you and thought like, yo, where did you come from? Where did you fall out the blue, out the sky, out a dream I had 4 nights before when I saw me on top of the world. Now I'm here standing on top with my number.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. And like I said, if you haven't done so, repost the space, repost the live stream. We will be doing a giveaway later tonight of a random VV digital collectible. So make sure you post a live stream on the X side. That is the first qualification. If you aren't in X right now, feel free to hop over to my handle @officialemoji on X. If you're on Twitch, on YouTube, on Discord, and just make sure to repost that live stream. I see you, Pink Milk. Yo, let's go. Let's go. OMW with the hunters in the chat. It's good, bro. Yo. Y'all wanna know what's next? Y'all wanna know what's next on the Listen to Burn agenda? On the Listen to Burn agenda, y'all wanna know what's next? Y'all wanna know what's next? Yo, we burning up the dance floor tonight. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's go, let's go. Shout out OBL in Discord chat. Shout out War Crow in the Discord, Catch 22. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yo, get it, Acro.
like to be choked. As if we shot like in her ocean, I'm on flow. Do it, baby, girl, you drive me crazy. Do it, baby, girl, you about to make me. You're amazing, but you shaking. Vibrating, girl, you do the same thing. Do it, baby, girl, you drive me crazy. Do it, baby, girl, you about to make me. You're amazing, but you shaking. Vibrating, girl, you do the same thing.
Oh, we're not done. We're not done. We're not done. Not at all. Not at all. Hold on. We gotta bring this back. We gotta bring this back. We gotta bring this back. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go!
First time that I saw you, you was just 18. Now you're Jordan, you 23. Cali girl, you mean a big skin mommy. Very rare to see. Sun rising on the west side, and you laid up with me. Little daddy, that's a vibe, yeah. Scooping up in my ride, yeah. I put on all my ice. Fast as you look nice. I'm trying to put you on some flights, places you never been that you like. Rocking on Saints till I put you in on Saint Laurent, baby. I don't really care about your past, what you done, who am I to judge, baby? When we link up, drink up, you a real fun time. But when I close my eyes, my mind gets paralyzed.
Let's get this thing started. That was just a little taste. But if y'all ready to get this thing started, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Ah!
She asked if she could see what's in the vault. Told her I could show you my collection if you want. If you got the time, I could show you how it's done. Get you anything you like, baby, we could run it up.
Run it up, 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 run it up! Yo!
Show you my collection if you want.
Yo, what's up? I want to welcome everyone to the space today, or tonight, depending on where you at right now. My name is Emoji. I'm here with my co-host E-Boogie, Prop, RXH, and we're bringing you a little something we like to call the Comic Shop, where we review modern comics every week with you, our fellow comic book enthusiasts. We got a special guest in the building, Juan, the homie, coming through as we review NYX #1 tonight. Once again, this is a community-based discussion, so if you have read the book or you want to come up and weigh in, feel free to send up that request and join in. Thank you for everybody on Discord, everybody on Twitter, everybody on X, everybody on YouTube, and on Twitch. There will be a giveaway tonight. Like I said, there will be a giveaway tonight of a random VV digital collectible. First thing to do to qualify is to make sure that you repost the live stream on X. If you are on X and you're in the space, it is pinned to the top. If you're not on X, follow me at my handle @official emoji, 2 eyes at the end, and just make sure to repost the live stream. Oh, we got VV Digital Collectibles in the building. Let's go. What's up? Wait, yo, how Book just dipped down right after I ended? Okay, all right. So, I was gonna ask Boog how his day was. Oh, there he goes. Yo, Prop, come up if you're ready too. Come up if you're ready. Boog, you good? Buggy?
Yo, yeah, I don't know. It just blinked out on me. Maybe I stepped into the backyard. I don't know if the Wi-Fi caught or not, or I make that little transition. But yeah, what's good, bro? What's going on?
Nothing much, bro. How you doing?
I mean, out here just lit the the mosquito tiki torches so I don't get bit up while I'm out here chilling. But it's a good day, good night, it's been a good week. What's going on with you? How you feel?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Just kind of getting everything ready for this whole like listen to burn plan and whatnot, and trying to just link up with the artists and everything like that, make sure everything is good. But yeah,
Was
I
that you
mean,
on one of the songs whispering in my ear and stuff? That was
I
sounding
was
crazy.
whispering. I was low
Yeah,
key
that was
whispering,
that
bro.
was
I
wild.
was.
That
Yeah,
was
I
wild.
mean, it was.
Yep.
I mean,
I,
it's not
I feel
it's
like you
not
owe
as
me an
it's
apology.
it's.
I didn't know that's where we was going.
I
You know what
mean,
I mean?
it's not as wild as 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
That yo,
So I mean, like,
I don't know why they. I don't know why you had to seize the baby oil. That could have stayed where it was. That could have stayed on those shelves. That for you to go in there and touch the baby oil was crazy. Like, but
oh
yeah,
man,
that we don't even need to touch on that no more. Like 1,000 is wild. So
that's
yeah,
wild, bro. That's wild. That's wild. That's like a reserve, right? Like it's like a cellar. Like I feel like you have to have those in years, right?
oh, like
Like
the wine, like a wine cellar. He
yeah,
got
like
the
a
baby. Oh,
nineteen ninety
he got
96
Johnson and
Johnson and
Johnson
Johnson.
from
Yeah.
1992. Oh, that's the good stuff. You know that lather different. Yeah, I know. Yeah, this is getting crazy already, but yeah,
Yo, we about to leave, bro. Hold on. All right, all right, all right, all right.
yeah.
All right. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just playing. Yo, but we got All right, so we got. Oh, here we go. X is coming up. All right, bet. Let me say what's up to him before we introduce our guest. X was good, bro.
Yo, what up? What up?
How's it going? How you doing?
Good man. Just got off the train, commuting back. I'm like, I don't have my headphones today. I'm lacking a little bit, but I'm still here. We in this thing.
No worries, bro. No worries.
Man, you
We
spent the whole
appreciate
day
you.
without the headphones. That hurts,
Yo, you always realize it when it's too late. Like when I was
right?
in between walking back to get them, and like I had to, I'm gonna be late for work.
Nah, yeah, I do that all the time. I be in a car like 30 minutes away to the job. Be like, nah, it's gonna be a late day today. I ain't about to be no headphones. Wow.
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Just yeah, just stay safe in your commute, so you get home safely, and yeah, man, just we're just here, so no rush, no rush. I do want to bring. We got a special guest, who's been waiting for a minute because I mean, y'all know I book like these things out like super far in advance. So let me just bring him to the stage. Let me just bring him up real quick so he's not behind the curtain. Here we go. Here we go. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Let's go. Yo, Acro said I'm wilding in the chat. Yo, not really. Not am I? Am I? All right, let me get to the point. Yo, introducing. Yo, I gotta give a special shout out because this guy, he came into the discords with me when I was running the anime junks, the DC stuff for the watch parties. So that's how we linked up. A true comic connoisseur, DC fan. You could tell, like, yo, real recognize real, right? You know when you're talking to someone that's about it, like when by the passion. And I have to say, one of the most passionate person in the fandoms that I've had the discussion with, the one and only Juan, the homie. Wait, the drop. Hold on. Okay. All right, we good. What's up, Juan? How you doing, bro?
Let's go. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, we got you. Ooh, I just pulled up your profile. Yo, that banner is tough. The one you got
I
up there?
appreciate that, man. Yeah, appreciate that, bro. Yo, like you said, real recognize real, bro. Let's do this.
feel you. I feel you. Man. So, before jumping into it, how are you doing? How was your week? Um,
Yo, I'm excited, man. I've been looking forward to this for a hot minute, man. Ever
mhm.
since we first connected, and you put this on my radar, I was like, bro, I can't wait. I mean, I've been a part of these comic shops from the outside looking in, and being up here with Boogie and X and you, and just the way, what I'm saying, the way you approach the dissecting these books, man. I've been excited, man. Let's go.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Oh, shout out the one and only in the chat, yo. The chat's popping today. That's what's up. Yo. So let me ask you this. So, what made you decide NYX for this one?
Well, it's funny, man. I remember the first time I read the original NYX, right back in
Mm-hmm.
it was oh 05, oh 06, right, whenever it first came out, and I was such a big fan of that, and knowing that they were going to be coming back, I was like, bro, I need to get on this. So I think I'd reached out to you, or I was like, yeah, I was just excited, and I was like, man, I can't wait. And so I hadn't even really read the book before I was able to get on board with you. And then once I started to read it, I was like, oh, this is meant to be, because just the way that the characters that are included in the story, and the fact that I'm saying you're from Jersey, I was like, yo, the cosmos is working, bro. Let's do this.
Oh, the Jersey thing. He brought up the Jersey thing again.
Well, I mean,
Ah.
technically, NYX is like for New York X-Men, right? But yes, I mean Kamala. Shout out Kamala from Jersey. But yeah. I like this. It's kind of like familiarity with the whole tri-state area and everything. What's interesting, right? So when you chose this book, because like what stood out to me with this off rip was the cover, because one of the, I think it's the rare variant, and actually let me check that out right now. Hold on, let me pull that up on the screen for people. NYX. And also, you know what? Let me just say this real quick for anyone that may be new, tuned in, and be like, "Yo, what the heck is a VV? Like, what are you guys talking about, real quick?" Let me just. So if you look at the screen, are you a fan of comic books? The Comic Shop has you covered every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we review modern comics live in real time with our fellow comic book enthusiasts, you. Feel free to keep up to date with the newest comics by checking out the VV Comics website, as you see above. The VV Comics platform is a digital platform where you can purchase the newest comics from brands such as Marvel, Star Wars, Disney, and more. Purchase the read-only standard edition or upgrade to the limited edition. Limited edition comics are collectible editions with cover variants randomly assigned at the time of purchase and can be sold on a secondary market, or offer immersive features such as reading and displaying your comic in augmented reality. Take your digital collecting to the next level with VV Comics, or just visit vv.me or use the QR code on the screen to learn more about digital collectibles. So let me check out this NYX one, because I want to show you what I was talking about real quick. Let's search this. Here we go. This one, right? So the first thing that stood out to me on the variant covers is this one right here, the rare. It's kind of like what do you call it? It's not monochrome, because that's like black and bliss, but it's like the colors. It's like green and, yeah, it's green and yellow. Like, you see what I'm talking about on the screen?
You have it up? I can't see it on the screen. It's like maybe mine's lagged
I
out.
have it. I have it up on the stream. There may be a delay. It should be up there now.
It's a monster delay for me then, because I'm still seeing Xavier's face. But
Okay.
I mean,
I see it.
is anybody else seeing it?
Nah,
Did you click it?
It's still a
You gotta
little bit
click
of a
it.
lag.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never had this issue
Yeah, but
before.
the banner's going crazy.
There we go.
That banner's
Yeah,
fire.
the banner's crazy. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Juan's banner. Yeah.
Okay. I'm with you now.
You
Now
let
we
me know?
see it. Yep.
Okay.
Now I can see it.
Delay is crazy though. So I don't know.
All
You're
right.
gonna have to, yeah.
Yo, it may be an X thing, because I'm looking on the YouTube one on
Oh,
Discord.
I
and it's-
forgot. There's a color. There's a name for that color, and because I used to collect some basketball cards. That was that. I forgot what it's called. That's gonna bother me. But I know what you're saying. That's really fire. That red.
Yeah. It reminds me. So when I first saw this, it reminded me of this anime called Bleach, and actually, I'm gonna there's a lot of parallels to anime I can go into this book, and we'll do that once we go and review it and stuff like that. But it's so interesting that off rip, the art of this reminded me of Bleach, which is a shonen anime. Because I feel like this book has a lot of like shonen themes for anyone that's familiar with anime and how that's themed out.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
yeah,
The
that was
uncommon, the uncommon actually is fire. But
I do like that one
Juan, what's
too.
That's
up,
the one
man?
I got
Let
when
me
I
say,
rolled.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
I got
my
the
bad, Juan. I
uncommon.
want to say what's up. You know, we gotta let Emoji do all his promo. I want to skip out and say what's up to you. Thanks for coming through. And yeah, I'm glad to get into this. The book was a good selection, so glad
Yeah,
to have you, man.
appreciate that, bro. Yeah, yeah, I appreciate that, man. I've been excited to chop it up with you guys.
We
Awesome,
here. Let's
awesome.
go.
All right. Did you guys want to go over any initial thoughts before we like dive in, or without going too much into it, or like just overall
Yeah,
feelings on it?
I'll start with like I've always said with the content with Marvel and everything. I'm not one of the people like with She-Hulk. You know how everybody was like upset about like with Marvel, like why would you make this? To me, I'm always a proponent for more content. Like don't make it the worst thing ever, but just give me the content and I'll like some people are gonna like it, some people are gonna love it, some you know how it goes, right? Good, better,
Mm-hmm.
best, whatever. So for me, with Miss Marvel, I'm not saying like that was the best show ever, but I actually look forward to more of it, because these characters that we don't normally, get to talk about and go deep into with I like them to have their own solo thing going on where the people that are fans of that type of character already, or the people that aren't, hip on them, they can get deeper into it, and also like the different cultural aspects of these different characters, so these people from different cultures can get into, a character that looks or represents their type of people. So that's what had me a little intrigued about this too, because already watching the show or knowing a little bit more, but having the just going into depth on more of these characters. So
Mm-hmm.
just the initial thought, nothing super crazy about the book. I just wanted to open it up with us being open to new characters, giving them their respect.
I feel you. I feel you. X Juan, did you guys want to touch on any opening thoughts on it without going into too many spoilers? Because we'll get into that as we review the book.
Yeah, I was intrigued really for two reasons, right? One is I've always been a fan of the X-23 character ever since the original NYX series. You know what I mean? So,
Mm-hmm.
she's really, I feel like she's really kind of coming into her own now. So I was really excited to see where this story kind of picks up. Considering she's had a really big transformation as far as Marvel Comics and her character as a whole. So that was one part that kind of intrigued me, and the other part that was really kind of I was wondering how they were going to approach this is, the first one it was a bunch of really unknown mutants, right? But this one, I mean, you got Miss Marvel, you got I mean X-23, you got one of the Stepfords, right on the cover, and like so I'm like, okay, this isn't unknown mutants. This is mutants that have already been kind of flushed out. So I was really curious to see where they were going to go with it and the angle, and then just considering where this is taking place. I'm saying after Krakoa and stuff like that. So I had a lot of things that I was like, I wonder how they're going to play this out.
Hmm. Got it. Got it. Got it. X, did you have any opening thoughts on the book?
Yeah, man. I'm glad you said the anime parallel because I definitely felt that
This chunk reminded you of
100%
Shonen,
reading
right?
this book. It just had a pacing of an
Yeah.
like show to it because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a I'm don't haven't really read a lot of mangas, but I've watched a lot of animes, and
Mm-hmm.
like I just kept thinking the whole time that this would be such a fire anime show
Mm.
when I was reading it. But with Kamala, it's interesting because for me, I played the Avengers video game before I watched the show, and I felt
Mm-hmm.
like that interpretation of her was really dope. And I really like the way that she's drawn, and like a lot like her in the panels are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll get into detail with that with the book. But and then like X-23, man, like I just want to collect more X-23 now, and I want to read more X-23 from this book.
Yeah. Yeah, she definitely seems more like, obviously darker because she's Wolverine, right? So you definitely get more of the grit from her, and I'm interested to see as far as how this goes. She's definitely going to be the more darker, edgier person on this team. Um, so all right, so jumping in, right, and it's crazy because I actually because I read through this book twice, right, and I didn't really like off the initial read I didn't really even see the importance of these little panels, right? When it goes through like this monologue by Kamala as she's talking to her friend on the phone, and I didn't know what I was looking at until after reading it and then going back to it. I was like, oh snap! So like even with the first panel, right? Because I believe that's Empath, who we see at the end, and I'm gonna go a little bit further into that as far as what I made like speculation on what I think may be happening. But it's cool because you see little bits and pieces of the characters that you're gonna be introduced to in this show. The second panel I think is Sophie. The other one is the guy at the bar. I forget his name. A Loli or whatever his name is. You see X-23 in there, and then you see Kamala, right, and you see some stuff that we still I guess have to figure out what it means. But Kamala's en route to school, coming from Jersey. Shout out Jersey, and she's using her powers to get over there. And she's talking to her friend on the phone who's out in Amsterdam, and obviously like they're asleep over there, so he fell asleep on the phone, which I thought was cute. Like for me, like I actually like this better than the Miss Marvel show. Like even with this,
I 100% I agree with
yeah, even with this whole like interaction with her friend and being on the phone with him until he falls asleep because dealing with the whole time difference and stuff like that. And obviously, if you ever talk to someone that was in a different time zone than you and stuff like that,
Well, since you brought that up, let me ask you: did you like the show at all?
um I like certain aspects of the show. I like certain things that were creative, like what they like artistically, like what they did with the graffiti and stuff like that. But overall, as a show and a plot, I really didn't like the show.
Wow.
To
Okay.
be honest.
So it did like you didn't like it, so it didn't. You could have done without it, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I could have done a lot out with a lot of stuff that was Marvel Phase 4. But the way that this kicks off, like in kind of like
Mm.
introducing these characters, I like this. I like this introduction, and
But
it
is it
gives me.
fair to but is it fair
Mhm.
to say that like you kind of get her already in the midst of like knowing who she is and her powers, and the other one is kind of her discovering it. It's like a discovery phase going on there.
Well, the
Is that what you can do without, and you just want to
you.
be thrust
Nah,
right into the
no, no. I
action
think
of?
I think she was the strong point of the show.
great casting, great
Yeah.
Mhm.
execution, but the fact that they tried to kind of like, you know, adapt it instead
The
of
casting was great. Good point. I did
yeah,
Hmm.
like it. I
she's
Yeah.
really did.
great. And
I think
what's
she did
dope
an
about
amazing
her,
job. Yeah.
yeah, what's dope about Kamala Khan's character is like kind of how they did with Deadpool, and they made him a fan of the Marvel universe. Like that's what she's supposed to be as well. Like she's supposed to just be a fan,
Yeah.
and it's like with what's really kind of showing what's wrong with the Marvel stuff is like they don't want to mix too many things. They kind of want you to just only have a story based on these small parameters when these characters are very larger in scale. Like showing her that panel of her, like, you know, using her powers to go to school is so fire.
Hmm.
And that was the first thing that Marvel did was they changed the way her powers looked, and it kind of like, in my opinion, it just takes away from the character because that's like one of her coolest traits. Like she's not, you know, a Reed Richards, but like the way she expands and like has these like giant fists, it just looks fire.
Yo,
So
I don't know what
seeing
she was in the show, bro.
yeah, like the show, and that's the thing. It's like I wouldn't go as far as like I didn't not like the show. Like the show was cool, but it wasn't great,
But
and I
I
wouldn't.
think that the thing about her, no one really, like, truth be told, knows a lot about what she fully is. You know what I mean? Like, unless you're really really that deep into it. Like I don't
Mm.
think the masses, like you hear the name, you know who she is, but do you what's her power structure? What is her power really? Where is it derived from? Like I don't think a lot of people know that, and I think they were trying to touch on some of that. I do agree with you. It wasn't the best thing ever, but that's
Mm.
why I said just give me the content that makes me curious enough to go ahead and then discover more about the character. Like you have to kind of make it, for the diehards. Yes, it becomes a issue between, is it accurate? All of these things, but I feel like for the masses, the people that just want content to digest and it to be good or good enough, I think you should take that and then go ahead and do the homework behind it, and then that fleshes it out. So I don't know. I took it
Yo,
as like a just a little brush up on what she should or could be, and then you go ahead and you do the deep dive on your own.
I can give you like an example, right? And maybe it's just me. Maybe you actually will be able to answer this question. But off this one issue, I get what Kamala Khan's struggle is. Off of just this one issue, off of that entire series, do you remember what Kamala's struggle was, or even who she was like fighting against? Like in 10 seconds, is that
I,
does that pop into your head?
No, I can see it, but like you said, it wasn't fleshed out in a way where it's like they were trying to tackle a
Exactly.
lot of issues in a
Ex-
short
Yeah, it was
period of
like
time.
her
The
exactly, and
ancestors
cultural, the
like
cultural
that was my
thing,
issue. That was my
yeah,
issue.
it was the cultural thing. It was a lot of different the mother and father. It was a lot of things going on that kind of. But I feel like that was more of a nod to that like that culture, like how the parents are not. You go to school, you get good grades, you don't fantasize about this and that. So I think they did a lot of cultural building, if that's the right term to say, like of trying
Hmm.
to build up who she is
yeah,
culturally.
and
Yeah.
And I think
all
that
of that
actually
was
was
amazing.
very important. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying all of that was amazing, but that when it comes down to like, it's like what Marvel does is, and Sony does the same thing, and I feel like Marvel at one point it was like they knew exactly what the formula was, what they were trying to do, and what the problem is, it's like when you they always have an antagonist issue, right? So like for example, Venom, right? It's like the villain in the first movie was another Venom, and Morbius. What was the villain in Morbius? Another Morbius. Like with the Kamala story, it was more like they didn't know how to build this world out and have an actual threat that was going to make it interesting for you to keep wanting to see where her character and stuff goes.
Hmm.
And then when they included her in the Marvels, like I feel like the Marvels, if that movie would have came out first and then they would have did the show, it probably would have been able to give them better like information to like include in the show to make it like her a more part of the universe. Whereas they gave us the show first and then they put her in the movie afterwards to try to like gain more like,
Well, she carried that
attention.
movie. She carried that movie.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like if they would have introduced her, I think first and her family, and then they did the show, they would have had a better like well-rounded idea of like how they want to flesh her out. And I don't know. I just feel like even though it's a small thing, it's a big thing. Like just changing her powers was weird. Like I just really didn't like the way they changed her powers.
Yeah, it was
To be
weird,
honest, it
and
took
and
me out of it.
and even with the whole mutant thing, because I mean we get that in this in this book, right? So just to fill everyone in, this is actually a really good entry point because like I said, it does start almost like a shonen anime or manga where you're kind of introduced to the main characters, you're introduced to her friends, and they're gonna form this group, and you're kind of like getting a little bits and pieces of people's backstory and things like that. And with this, Marvel had a big overhaul with her powers anyway, right? Because she started out as an Inhuman, and then later realized that she was a mutant. So what she's struggling with is her parents don't know that she's a mutant, and the issue is there's this ultimately racism against mutants that you see, right? So she's struggling with the aspect of like yes, she has that culturally, like she's very connected to her family, right? But also, there's a huge part of her that she doesn't even know if her family would be able to accept. And, that's kind of like just off the rip the struggle that you get just from this, you know, this this thing. But let me just move ahead just a little bit. So you know, she's swinging in, she hangs up on her friend, and you know, she's walking to class, and then she bumps into Sophie Cuckoo, and Sophie is one of multiple siblings that are identical twins, and they're actually all the daughter of Emma Frost. So they have telekinetic abilities, and Kamala Khan, being, you know, the big fangirl that she is, she automatically knows that it's her. And she even asks, she's like, "How do you know it's me and not one of my sisters?" Because they're identical twins. But you know, Kamala knows, because you know, Kamala is a true fan. So here you have the first her first, you know, interaction with one of the first people that's going to be a part of this group of the New York X-Men. And you can tell already, like, Sophie is more of like a rebel. She's more of, you know, Kamala is more of like a straight-laced, you know, girl just trying to do what's right, go to class and things like that. And then this one is more of a rebel. And I do want it there. I'm going to get to it in a bit. But off the first interaction that she has with Sophie, who's, you know, the protagonist's first, you know, friend in this storyline. What did you guys think of her?
You know, I love that you touched on the fact that you know, Kamala Khan at her heart is a fangirl, right? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how she is, like, oh, I'm such a big fan. You know what I mean? And I think I love that they stayed true to her character, as far as that being like her number one thing, is she's a fangirl. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so that was really the thing that stuck out for me, is that you know, right away, like you said, she knew exactly who she was, where you know, most people might just confuse her with her sisters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't even know who she was, bro. I had to look her up, man. She a fan. But yeah, and that's one of the things that you kind of like adore about the character of Kamala Khan, because you can relate to her, right? Like, especially, you know, if you're reading the comics books, if you're into the fandom, you are a fan, right? So, you know, it's almost kind of like, in certain situations when you're reading her story, you're being put into her eyes. Right? Because you're kind of feeling the same way that she feels.
And not to cut you off, but
no,
I
go ahead.
I think that's one of the big reasons why Iman was such a great cast, right? Because she is a fan girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, she loves comics, and so I think that's why she was able to play that part to a T, is because she embodies, you know, the Kamala character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did an amazing job, and actually, like, at this point, that's the only person I can. Yeah, she's the only person I could see, like, as Kamala Khan, right? I just wish it had like this level of writing, and when I get to so here's the first level that I thought, I was like, yo, dang, this is about to be crazy, as far as with the level of writing, right? So with Sophie, right? So in the conversation, you know, Sophie's like, well, you're the only other mutant here. Right, obviously we're ostracized, so you know, we're friends, and they're taking the same class, which is like it's like, I guess, a history of mutants class or something. I forgot the exact name. It's like, you know, but basically it's a mutant history class, and you know, they're going to the class, and actually, hold on, before I go to this panel, Kamala's like, yo, didn't you like live this? Because they're Krakoa, they're studying Krakoa. And for those that don't know, Krakoa was Krakoa is an entity, but it was kind of like a way for mutants to escape the world and live in their own type of communities. And what ended up happening is Krakoa was broken into and destroyed, and massive amount of mutants were slaughtered in that process by the humans. So, you know, there's a class to kind of like go over that history, because during that time frame, the mutants have kind of like gotten their own culture, gotten their own language, their own, you know, like everything. And now that there's no place for that, they have to assimilate with the world, right? And that culture has to now be, you know, into the environment that they live in now with the humans. So, you know, there's a class to kind of educate people on that. And she asked Sophie, as far as like, well, you know, didn't you live that? Like, you were there, because this incident with Krakoa wasn't that long ago. Like, it was, you know, Kamala, you know, was there during the incident when you know, Krakoa fell. So she was like, yeah, I was there, but I want to make sure that the professor does it right, right? Or honors the oh, hold on, let me bring X back up. Honors what really happened. Because another thing to consider is this school that they're in, just a year ago, was highly racist against mutants.
Right.
So now you have this school that was, highly against mutants, and now you have a class now that's teaching about mutant history and mutant culture. And the professor in it is none other than Prodigy, who was one of the members of the X-Men. He is a mutant, and it's here. And I want to get all you guys' take on this. But here's what happens, right? They go into the class and they hear Prodigy talking about, as far as what happened with Krakoa and what happened with mutants, and he makes this statement that the mutants were protecting their oppressor, right? Like the humans did, they created machines, they did all of these things to kill the mutants, but Charles Xavier, his dream was to constantly protect them, right? And you can tell from this dialogue that he gives, he kind of has some resentment against that, right? Like, these people want to kill you, and your dream, and us mutants, we're still like trying to fight for this dream to protect the people that's killing you. And then all of a sudden you hear Sophie in the classroom shout out, "This is a load of bullshit," right? And she goes in on him. She says, "Look, this school just last year hated us, and you're teaching for them. Like, do you think that they hired you because of your intellect, or hired you because you're a mutant?" Which is
Yeah, no, you're right. Like, did they hire him as a PR stunt, or is it, or they're actually valuing what he's bringing to the table?
yeah. So she's saying you can't say this about Xavier when you're literally doing the same thing.
Right. And really quick before we get into that, because I want to answer that. The other thing that I thought was really cool with their initial exchange, right, was that Kamala was still trying to hide the fact that she's a mutant, right? She was like, "Oh, you don't," like she's trying to keep her secret identity, where Sophie could care less, right? Like, she's just open with it. You know what I mean? So I thought that that was another really cool thing that they kind of touched on right away. The fact that they have two different approaches to being a mutant.
True. Bug X, did you guys have anything about this to say about this exchange?
I could just feel the awkwardness of like the classroom when I read it.
I feel you.
No, same. It just didn't feel like you said, a natural thing. So I mean, let's go on. But yeah, it just didn't feel like you said natural.
Yeah.
It's a little awkward
Yeah.
for sure.
Definitely.
I mean, the other thing too, right, to keep in mind, because they were saying how they're the only two mutants that are at the school, right? So they you have this known mutant who's teaching this, mutant studies to basically students that aren't mutants, right? And it was kind of funny, right, to see that she called him out on it, right? So it's just,
Yo, she basically said this. He's shucking and jiving,
right?
like, which is crazy. But
I mean, I don't think you get. How's a man supposed to eat? That's why. It's like, yo, what y'all paying? All right, I'll take it. Like, come on, like, hey, I ain't mad at her, but I ain't mad at him fully either. He's trying to get a meal.
yeah. And there's both sides of the dynamic, right? Because it's like, all right, well, this is the future, so yes, I'm in a school that obviously, they have their own intentions of what they do, but at least I can shape the minds of the future, right? So it's differences in
100%.
philosophy that you're seeing already in this.
Even if it isn't grounded in 100% true, at least having a mutant there every day in front of these normal kids, and they feel comfortable enough to go into this class and sit around one. At least that's a story to tell. You know what I mean? So that if there is this bad outlook on it, at least he can be the lone bright spot. At least he's there educating them on something. So like you said, there's two sides of the story, and awkward, but at least someone's doing a job, especially in a room full of non-mutants or normies. I guess someone's gotta be the bridge.
Do you feel like they were trying to parallel like how they, in our society, they kind of trying to get rid of certain history, or like, do you feel like he's on the side of history, of the proper history of mutants, or do you feel like
I feel
he's
like
gonna
I
tell, you know?
Yeah, no, I feel like he's going to be genuine with his feelings, but the issue is it's like um she's pointing out that like what you're kind of like this animosity or these feelings that you have towards Xavier for catering to the people that hate you, you're doing the same thing. Because the people that hire you don't really like you. They're hiring you because of what you are.
They gotta fill that 3%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
you got to meet the
The
quota.
diversity,
You got to meet the
yeah.
quota.
Damn.
Yeah, the mutant quota. They reached the mutant quota. You know what I mean? But at
Yo,
the
see, this
same
is why I
time,
love X-Men stories, bro. It's like,
no, you could say it like that, but at the same time,
Mhm.
like I said, there's gonna be just the way I am. I just think, like I said before, you gotta have somebody doing somewhat of the job. And I say somewhat. If he's not 100% accurate in his, because now you have an individual who's speaking on how he feels about something, and 100% credit may be given to him just because he is mutant, right? So now you have a whole population believing whatever they believe about Xavier or whatever the case may be, right? So I get your point on that, but there has to be an example of someone out there that
It's
is
gonna challenge
doing good,
you.
that's going to exactly and go and just be that figure, that something that they can go back home to when the kids are on, let's say, spring break or whatever the case may be, and they're around their parents and they're talking about it, the conversations gets brought up. They can say, no, well, there's this one guy. They have a reference point. So I do think that is important as well. So even if he is up there, working for somebody that doesn't believe him, maybe his moral, maybe he is. We don't know his full intent, and maybe his intent is just to get some of that out there.
I feel you. And that's why another thing why I think that this storyline is actually like has me excited, because I'm like there's a lot of layers. There's a lot of layers to these characters. There's a lot of depth to these characters. So yeah, man, I'm really interested.
Emoji, do the thing. There's almost 200 people here on this live stream.
Oh, we got 200 people in the live stream.
Juan brought out everybody right now. So
Yo, let's go.
To win that VV prize.
Oh wait, hold on. Where's my song? There we go. Wait, it's gone. It was there. I promise you, the horn was there. Not too long ago. There we go. Yo, shout out to we got 199. We 1 away from 200, bro. Yo, shout out to that. Shout out Juan for bringing out the Juan brought out the whole everything, man. Yo, that's what's up. It's just love, bro.
Let them know what to do, though. Let them know what to do to win that prize.
Oh, yes. So, once again, for everyone that's here right now, I want to say I appreciate you guys for being here. There is a prize for tonight's show of a random VV digital collectible. Now, there are qualifications that you have to meet in order to qualify to win this prize. The first thing you have to do to qualify is to repost the live stream on X. If you are in X, the live stream is pinned to the top. So just click it, repost it. Actually, you should be watching it anyway because it is like a visual experience. So when we're talking about the panels and stuff like that, you can have that up without the sound, so you're not getting an echo. You can just have that up so you can see what we're talking about. If you aren't on X, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you're in the Discord, just jump over to X real quick on a separate device or on the device you're on. Follow me at emoji, at official emoji. That's emoji with 2 eyes at the end, and just repost the live stream, and that will get you into the giveaway for today. The other 2 qualifications is to be in the Discord. When we move over there, I'll let you know when that happens, and to be a KYC VV user. So, yeah. All right, cool. Yo, what the heck just turned on, bro? What it sounds like pots and pans. All right. Okay, so going back to the comic, right? And here's another thing that I thought was dope before I go to the next scene, right? Kamala's narration throughout all of this, because this I visually saw this, right? The whole dialogue, the back and forth exchange, the uncomfortableness between Prodigy and Sophie, and then right when that happens, you hear like the monologue of Kamala Khan. She's like, "Holy what?" So like it kind of gave me that whole kind of vibe of like I could see that in a scene, right? I could see like the frame stopping. You hear Kamala's voice, "Holy what?" and like a little record break and everything like that, and then
Wait,
like some graffiti.
They did that in the show.
They
So I'm right
did
now.
exactly.
Now I'm calling you out on that.
No, no,
Because
no,
that's
because I
what you
said
like
that
from
was
the
that was the
show.
thing that I liked the
That's
most
what you
about the
like from the
show. That was
show.
what I liked the most about the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to
So
see
it
if you're on the right side of
enhanced
history.
it.
That's it. Nah, I was just trying to see. I was just trying to see if you're trying to, you know what I mean? But okay. All right.
All right, let's jump to the next scene because I know we gotta hop over to disco. Yo, we got like 15 minutes, bro. All right, so the next scene, right? So Kamala's talking with Sophie, and Kamala then reveals to Sophie that she hasn't revealed to her parents yet that she's a mutant, right? And obviously that's a big thing because of the environment. And she's like, "Look, Kamala's like, I gotta go home," and she's like, "Look, tell your parents that you're gonna be out studying late with your friend, with your new best friend or what have you, right?" And then she pretty much says that you're in. So she pretty much says you're allowed to be young, to live a little. So she wants, the fact that she has to hide so much, because that is a big thing to hide about yourself to your family. She's like, let's just go out, let's just have some fun, and they go to this bar. And you kind of see what Sophie's power is because they're worried about. Well, first off, I gotta say, there was a joke that actually made me chuckle, because she's looking at her and she's like, "What are you wearing?" And she says that she looks like she's dressed for a bake sale, which I thought was funny. But yeah, so Kamala's like, "Well, how are we gonna get in? Because I don't have any. I'm not old enough." And she's like, "Yeah, don't worry about it." So she goes to the bartender, and I mean not the bartender, the security, and she does her little telekinetic thing, and she gets let in, right? So she's like, "No, we're in." So they go in there. Let me recap this event, and then we can talk about it. So they go in there, they see the bartender is a mutant, and this he's obviously a mutant, right? Like he looks like a reptile, like he looks like a lizard, right? So it's very obvious that this guy is a mutant. He can't really hide his mutant gene. And they're chopping it up with him, and obviously like she knows him, they're cool. She's like, "Yo, you're my favorite bartender." Da, 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 da. And then these dudes like roll up on him. And they come up to him like with a camera, obviously like they're live streaming or something like that, and they're talking to him about like all of these incidents that's happening, or these fires that's being set, or these things that's being blown up, and they're saying mutants are involved. So now you're getting confronted with like the racism that's going on against the mutants in this book, right? So they're literally trying to make a scene and antagonize him and start an event, and ultimately what happens, they walk up to him with a knife to try and stab him, and Kamala Khan and Sophie have to step in at that point. It ends up being a bar fight, and they're trying to get they're on the camera, kind of trying to make it out like the mutants are doing this. Kamala accidentally punches the security guard by accident, and they get thrown out. What did you guys think of this kind of exchange, or this scene?
This is a great way to modernize like how annoying people can be with like straight up just live streaming in your face and just kind of like but I mean I think this part of it showed Kamala's naiveness a little bit, where like she didn't kind of keep her cool, she kind of just like reacted, and I think that's like the part of the story where it's just kind of showing us like she's still kind of green when it comes to the superhero stuff, like because I don't think what's her name like really reacted as much as Kamala did. Like I feel like she kept her cool a little bit more.
Yeah, I think a lot of that had to do also too with Kamala, with her taking into consideration Kamala's keeping her secret identity and all of that too. But I mean, Kamala, kind of like just distorted her face and did that. But yeah, definitely. Like you see with Kamala, she's more of like the I want to do what's right. I want to protect those that need to be protected, and she has that heroism, type of mentality to her. Did you Boog, Juan? Did you guys want to comment on this scene?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much everything that X said. So, wait, can you hear me? Oh, yeah, I see the
Yeah,
little
you
blue
good, you good,
line.
you good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Pretty much everything that X said. Like, I agree with it. Yeah, I really don't have much to say about this part. I mean, I think it was straightforward, a nice little mutant bar fight. You know what I mean? And that's about it. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, I'm good.
The visuals are awesome, like too, like
Yeah,
just the way that they
Yeah,
depicted the club and the colors and everything, just really dope.
this was dope. Reading through the like with the
and
grid,
did she really
the grid mode.
punch him or did she mush smack him? Because it looks like a mush smack.
Yo, he's bleeding, bro. He's
Nah,
leaking.
he's soft.
Bro,
He's
she
soft.
she got the giant hand too. Like
She's soft.
look at the
It
hand
was a big.
comparison to his head.
It was a big open palm, man. And he's crying. You're supposed to be the bouncer. Like, come on, dog.
Nah, that's different. That's different. No, that was the dude that was trying to stab him. That was the dude that was trying to stab the mutant. The
Oh yes,
bouncer
yes, yes. Yeah,
tried,
yeah.
like, grabbed her shoulder to try to stop it, and she turned around and hit him. And in that, because he got the glasses on.
I was gonna say, Moji, I
Mhm.
think the biggest thing that this exchange kind of highlighted for me is the fact that Sophie doesn't have to worry about hiding stuff or living another identity, right? Like she's
Mhm.
just about her business, and Kamala, by having that dual identity, I mean, that kind of defines how she reacts in certain situations. And kind of like X was saying, she's still young, she's still, green. And so a lot of times she'll act first, ask questions later. But I think the fact that that weight on her shoulders of having to keep that sacred identity really defines her as a character as well.
Hmm. Definitely, definitely. And I think it's gonna make an interesting dynamic between their friendship too.
Agreed.
All
Are we
right.
on the panel with where she says she's a walking fake ID? That made me chuckle
Yeah,
too.
that was yeah. We are That's right after they got kicked out of the bar, and then she's so yeah. So Sophie's like, don't worry about it. We could go to someplace else. Pretty much, yeah. I'm a walking fake ID. We can get in anywhere. But then Kamala's thinking about, wait, these guys were saying that they went, like, the guys were jerks, obviously, but they were saying that there were these explosions or these fires being started, so I need to figure out what's going on, like, because they were saying this has happened nightly, like every night. So Kamala goes into superhero mode, and then what you call it, and then it's like, nah, I got to see what's happening. And this is interesting because I actually didn't say this. So Sophie cracks a joke when she first meets Kamala about why is she called Miss Marvel. And then she was like, "Are you like a huge Jean Grey fangirl?" And I forgot that Jean Grey's first name was Miss Marvel, because every time I think of Miss Marvel, I think of where it came from, her fascination with Captain Marvel. But yes, Jean Grey's original name was Miss Marvel. So she kind of like attributed to that, which I thought was funny because it's so obvious, but I just never made like that correlation. So when she heads off, costumed up and everything, she's like, "Oh, I see why they call you Miss Marvel," because she's thinking of others and things like that. Hold on.
Kamala has a really dope design too. Like
Mhm.
I just feel like they did a really good job of like and this is gonna speak to how many
Design is what, like you mean like costume and everything? Because I'm
yeah,
not gonna
like the
lie,
panel of her just swinging off like that, like
Mhm.
jumping
I
off,
can. I'm
just
not
looks
gonna lie.
dope.
I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of her costume. I'm gonna be real. Not a big fan. I get it though. She's all covered up and everything. I get where that comes from. But I don't know. I want more of a like a.
It's very
That's the only thing that
homemade.
throws
It's
me.
very like homemade,
Yeah,
right? Is
yeah.
what you're saying.
It is very homemade, but that's the great. That's the best way to put it. So
Mhm.
I do want her to get go see a tailor and get something else made, but I get it. And she's a fangirl. I get it. She made
Mhm.
her own joint. You know what I
That's
mean?
her.
But even Peter Parker
It's like
even came,
cosplay.
That's her cosplay, Boogie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Even Peter Parker went through the phases. I'm just saying. I'm gonna need her to go revisit that just a little bit.
Mm. Well, and next thing, because I want to try and get through this. So, like, the next thing, she runs into X-23. And X-23 pretty much tells her, like, you need to go home. This is what I'm doing. This isn't games. As far as, like, looking as far as trying to stop this crime and what's going on. You're just gonna get yourself hurt. She pretty much just destroys her phone, puts her claws through it, and she tells her, she tries to get her to turn around and stop doing what she's doing. Kamala obviously doesn't listen, but this kind of like it shows me X-23, and she has that rougher side, that that more Wolverine gruff side to her. I mean, she is the Wolverine. So it's gonna be interesting, because we're getting little bits and pieces of these characters that at some point is going to make a team. So a lot of them have very strong personalities. Juan, what were you gonna say?
That was one of my favorite lines. And she's like, "I'm sorry, Wolverine's gonna lecture me about starting fights." Like that was funny.
It was. It was. It was. Did you guys want to comment on Wolverine or X-23's appearance?
Just my Wolverine bias went crazy when I saw this panel, and like she's in it for like that small part, but she's so dope. Like everything about that interaction was fire, and it just like I just
And that's
felt
a
like
costume.
Yeah.
yeah, the costume
That's
is
a fit.
sick. Like
That's a
The costume is sick. Yeah.
and
That's
she
a fit.
destroys the that was like her evidence that she was gonna follow up
Yes.
with.
Yep.
So like destroyed her lead, basically like put her to bed. You know what I mean? Like nah, like you're not even gonna pursue this. Like so it was
It's
just
a
very
dub. It's a dub.
She called her amateur for real. She called her
yeah,
amateur.
and I didn't feel like she was trying to be a version of Wolverine. Like she just was Wolverine. I was like, damn, this is fire.
Yeah. I like, because I didn't know too much about her prior to Logan, and I kind of like literally just fell in love with the character from Logan because of how, because you think about it, right? Because you spend so many years knowing the character of Wolverine. It's kind of like, all right, how can someone else be Wolverine? And then you see this girl, and she's like just as feral in different ways, like even more ruthless and things like that. You're like, yo, dang, she's kind of tough. Like, yo.
Sidebar: Wolverine has a bunch. So doing this, I've been looking into like a lot of Wolverine's children and all this stuff, bro. It's ridiculous. Like some of the kids here.
Yo, Wolverine out here shooting all the clubs up.
Bruh. I think he has a I think he has a son with Mystique.
200 years.
I think he been alive. He been alive.
Yo, that's wild.
I think
That's
it's Mystique, bro. And put him like this. If you love Wolverine, like his kids will wash him. Like his kids will seriously hurt him with the mixtures that they have.
Because it's the combinations, right?
Bro, it's the combinations, bro. So they have everything he has plus the mom's like features. So it gets crazy, bro. Like, but X-23 definitely Wolverine, I guess we call it. She is even the facial features, bro. It was Wolverine like, and I accept it. Like, I'm glad it wasn't a boy. I'm glad it's a woman because it doesn't feel like a rip off of him totally. And it just feels like she feels like her own thing. Like she feels like the Wolverine, but not like him. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, but yeah, very dope. Very dope.
So quick sidebar. After reading this, like I said, I'm like trying to pick up some X-23. So for New York Comic Con on my hit list, I've been wanting to get some hip hop variants, and I've got to get the DMX tribute of the X-23.
Oh, they have one?
Yes, and it's so fire. Like,
yo, you got to send me that pic, bro.
Yeah,
DMX
bro.
one's crazy.
The DMX one is on my hit list. I've been trying to get the Miles Nas one for a while too. Like that's like my number one, but the prices fluctuate so much. But those hip hop covers are like you got to get them now because of soon they're gonna be ridiculous to try to get.
I feel you. Let me cause we're supposed to be in there like in 1 minute, bro. Hold on. All right, let me jump to the next one. So all right, so then she sees what's happening. Stuff is blowing up. She tries to save these people, and going back to just the climate of the way the world is, right? She thinks like people are running up to thank her and stuff like that. Um, Actually, hold on. Let me get to before that. So she tries to save these people, and she's introduced to this guy that honestly reminded me of Magneto. But she's introduced to this guy. He calls himself the Krakoan, and he's throwing like buses at her and everything like that. And she stops to save the people. He gets away, and the people are coming up to her, and she thinks it's to thank her. But you can see kind of like, I guess, a sentiment in the world, because they're like, oh, like you're one of the good ones and stuff like that, which obviously you take. I mean, yeah. So here we're introduced to pretty much our first villains of what's going on and what's happening. And she links back up with Sophie and lets her know what happens. And that's pretty much. Oh, no. That's not the end of it. That's not the end of it. She does have a conversation with, who's that? Her brother? I think her brother, right?
Yeah.
And you do see like in that conversation a little bit of the challenges as far as why she hasn't told her family yet about her mutant gene. Did any of you guys want to touch on that, or either the attack or just this whole this interaction with her brother?
I like that you brought up the Magneto vibes, because that's immediately what I got.
With the Krakoan, yeah. Yeah, it's the same thing.
It's almost like kind of in those coming of age stories when the character kind of feels like they're finally getting comfortable to kind of like show themselves or reveal themselves, and then the family member says something that just like discourages them, and then they play like the music in the background. Like, I don't know, I just thought of like some Boy Meets World scenario when
Mm-hmm.
they're about to
Yeah,
say,
that's
like,
crazy that you said Boy Meets.
yes, that was like the only show I can think of off the top of my head.
Nah, I'm
Damn,
kidding.
you just messed me up with the Boy Meets World, man. I was like, really? That's crazy.
Yo, that was my show though. That was my show. Topanga.
Topanga?
Boy Meets World kind of. I feel like they had the baddies. Like that kind of shaped, like your idea of like the girl you wanted in high school.
I feel you. But yeah, so yeah, I did get heavy Magneto vibes from him. At first I thought it was. I was like, yo, is that Magneto? But then later we do find out who it is. At the end when they show the group, and you see the rest of Sophie's sister. So obviously they're in this group. Sophie's sister, what's his name? Helion, who is telekinetic, so that's why he's able to move stuff. And then Empath. And this is why when I read read it back again, right? Everything started. I picked up on it differently, because Empath, his ability is to manipulate people's feelings, right? And if you go all the way back to the beginning, I'm gonna go all the way back. The first panel that you see is Empath using his abilities on the city. And that's something that made me think about even the hostility and what's going on and why things are so crazy as far as even with against mutants, and like is all of this kind of like, or is all of this put together by Empath? Like is this anger and this outrage part of a plan?
That's a crazy ass power. And
Yeah.
the fact that you can do it on like not one person at a time, you can like drape it over a city
Mm-hmm.
or area is kind of wicked. That is
wild.
crazy.
It's wild. It's wild. All right. There is a I can't pull it up because I would have to use a separate device to do it. But for those that don't know, in these Marvel books, I think it's only in issue 1. There is a QR code, which is kind of like the equivalent of an after credit scene in like the MCU movies. So when you're reading it, you scan the QR code and you get like a page or two of some extra scenes. And just to summarize what it was, is it looks to be like the leak to the big bad. And that's kind of like why that's why this gives me so much shonen vibes, bro, because like a lot of times when you watch the first episode of a shonen, okay, what are you doing? You're flesh or the first arc, right? Because sometimes obviously it's, you know, spaced out, but you're fleshing out all the side characters, getting to know all their, you know, little bits about it, part of the backstories and stuff like that, what's going on, and then you also get a sneak glimpse of, you know, the main big bad. You don't know what he is. It's like a shadowy, you know, figure and stuff like that. But that, you know, is the ultimate person. And just reading through this, I felt like, yo, I feel like I'm like watching My Hero Academia or something.
You
For
know what,
those that are
Emoji?
familiar. Hmm.
This kind of reminded me, and I'm glad you brought it up because this definitely had Bleach vibes, right? Like the whole.
It did, right? And the scene. Oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say because in Bleach you always get introduced to the lieutenants first. You know what I mean? And like
Hmm.
so that's where once I saw that and I scanned it and I saw, oh, like these aren't the ones that are pulling the strings. Like these are just the lieutenants that are following. They're carrying out the orders. You know what I'm saying? So this was really
Hmm.
cool.
For sure, for sure. All right, let's jump over to the Discord so that way people can get
Wait,
into
real quick.
Mhm.
Sidebar. Since you brought it up, I didn't do it. You did it. Yo, is
Uh-huh.
My Hero over? Like when like is that coming
My
back on or
Hero
something?
is not over yet. But
The
it
manga ended,
is
Or
right?
the manga ended, but the anime is still ongoing.
Yeah.
So you still got more anime to watch.
I think people
cool.
are upset the way it ended.
Oh, I don't know. I know they were upset the way Jujutsu Kaisen ended, but I've been trying to avoid spoilers. But let's jump over into the Discord so that way we're there. So everyone tuned in. Hold on real quick. So everyone tuned into the Discord. I'm going to get rid of the feed real quick, but we're gonna join you. So just sit tight and relax. All right, and everybody on Twitter or X, I'm going to. Hold on, we got sound. Okay, we got sound in the Discord. All right, I'm going to put the link up so that way you guys have access. So just give me 1 second to do that.
Yo, yo, yo.
Hey, yeah, nah, I'm here. I'm here. Just give me a sec. All right, you're good. Just turn that up for you guys. X is in here. Juan is in here. Let me just hear you guys.
Check, check.
Awesome.
Got you.
Juan, you're here. Okay, good. Bug, you here?
Yo, yo.
Okay. All right. So look. So for everyone that's still in the space, like I said, we are doing a giveaway today for a VV Digital Collectible. So I did pin to the top the Discord link. Just click the Discord link, so that way you can be here and hit the giveaway bot, which is in the chat on the Discord. It'll take you literally right to the Discord, the VV Discord, and that way you can participate. If you don't want to participate and you want to chill in X, that's fine too, because you can hear us through there too. For those that are on, hold on. For those that are on YouTube or Twitch, use the link or the QR code on your screen, or just visit vv.me, and the Discord link will be on that website. So you can tune in from there on the VV official Discord, and just make sure to hit the giveaway bot. I'll scroll up to the. It should be already up here right now. Yeah, the giveaway bot. So far, we got 4 entries. This little red party hat. Oh wait, hold on. All right. Um, you guys, you guys are good. So I guess we can start going into our final reviews, right? Of what we wanted. Um, Once again, for everyone in the audience, if you're new here, so the review system that we do, I try to utilize all the numbers. So it's not just kind of like put in one situation. So I'll give you guys the breakdown. So pretty much with the review system, we start at 5. And 5 pretty much means that the comic is mid. It's whatever. Like, you don't like it, you don't hate it. It is what it is. Going up from there, 6, the comic is above average. 7 means we rock with it. 8 means we rock with it heavy. 9 is lit. And 10 is the comic is immaculate, perfect, gift from the skies, amazing. Nothing wrong with it. Going down from 5, 4 means we're not really feeling it. 3 means it's kinda ass. 2 means it's basura, straight trash, and 1 is we are warning you not to read this book. This will cause post-traumatic stress. Um, Read at your own. So that's the layout. Once again, we do have the giveaway going on. So the qualifications, you have to have reposted the live stream on my X, be here, present in the Discord, and hit the little party icon that's in the chat. You can see that on the screen. And the third qualification is to be KYC verified. Who wants to kick it off with their review? In-depth review, breakdown, and then give us.
I got you. Yeah, I got you. Usually lead off. Yeah, for me, I enjoyed the book. I can't lie. Like I said, I'm always like they're not brand new characters. A couple have had a movie and everything like that, but for me, they're not like the more known. I guess the top tier. So I'm always interested in reading the the B. I guess you could say the B list, right? So that one that already intrigued me. The fact that it did have Wolverine in it. Um, the art, the actually storytelling. We got action, but it wasn't like the bar fight wasn't like a whole lot of like mutant. I guess how can we say a lot of mutant abilities going on where there was this super big clash, but it was just very basic, good storytelling with great art in my eyes. Great characters. So for me, I'm gonna go ahead and give the book a 7.
Okay.
Yeah, solid 7.
I don't know if they're still hearing things on the X side, but the link is there for the Discord. So if they are, they can hear it that way. All right. So book, you're giving it a 7. So let me put that down. We'll give it good scores, which means that you rock with it. All right. Who wants to go? Actually, it's actually.
Yes, sir. All right. So, yeah, this book was cool. Like, it's definitely something that I initially it piqued my interest when I saw it was coming out. Um, Definitely want to see more X-23 in upcoming books, and I thought it was a really cool way to write Kamala as, like we were saying earlier, she's like still a little green, like she's got like she was a little naive and like gullible with this character that's a little bit more, adventurous and out there. So it was cool seeing the dynamic of her like still trying to be model like a good family member, like, get home and all that stuff. So I like how they're sticking to her character. I like the way that they just, kept her consistent with her character, because that's really important. With her character specifically, like, so yeah, that was really dope. And the visuals were awesome, man. I mean, I really liked the way that they portrayed her. That opening scene with her on her way to school was just like really cool. So overall, I rock with this book, and I'll give it a 7 as well.
Right? Oh wow! All right, we got 2-7, and I figured out what was happening with that, so they can hear all of this now. For anyone at X that may have missed it, E Boogie gave it a 7, and RXH is also giving it a 7. Um, okay, so for me, so there was a lot that I liked about this, and I think a large part of it had to do with the shonen familiarity, like just the way. And I know that like the main character is girl, like typically with shonen is geared towards um young boys, but like there's a lot of like with the storytelling and stuff like that. It just reminded me of like My Hero Academia or Naruto, and that's just the way they were fleshing things out. The characters, the different dynamic of the characters, having your main protagonist, and you have like your other one that's kind of like a little bit more on the edge. Introducing the villain, but kind of like keeping that mysterious, nature to it. I think that the initial group that we got with Alien and Empath and stuff like that, I don't think that they're the main villain. I think that there may even be potential for them to come around and stuff like that to go against the main villain. And the reason why I say that is so, if it does follow that narrative, then that's what I could see. But I like it. I like how they portrayed Kamala. Um I think that the actress on Miss Marvel did an amazing job, but like with this, I think it was just her interactions with everyone, like the characters and stuff like that, and you kind of like experiencing these different characters' personalities and stuff with her. It really put you in it. So I really liked it. I want to say too, and another thing why I kind of like spent a little bit time on the whole prodigy thing with him, in his lecture and things like that. Uh, is I do, always tend to like how the storyline of X Men ties a lot into things that you can relate to in the world. I think that's one of the biggest things about X Men. Is that it does get into like social. I mean, yes, it's fantasy, right? But it does get into social issues that you can kind of like correlate to other things. Um, yo, bro, said he keeps talking about he thinks he's talking about Kamala Harris. Um, yeah. So it's something that you can kind of like relate to, but because of that, you could have different people on different sides of just beliefs and the spectrum and stuff like that, and you can really flesh out the character. So I'm really excited to see this dynamic between Prodigy and Sophie, and how that pans out. Also, Wolverine X-23 is another like crazy person to throw in the mix. So I think that they have like a wide cast of characters with a lot of different personalities, and I think this team that they're gonna build um is gonna be very very.
I'm excited. I'm excited for more. I'd say I might be more excited for more in this story than I am for the other X Men stuff that's going on. Because I mean, you got stuff going on with Cyclops teams, you got stuff going on with Rogue's team and stuff like that. But a lot of that stuff is very familiar. This is very new. It's fresh. Young characters, and there's a lot going on. So I would say, as far as the review score, um, I would say that I rock with a heavy. I say I rock with a heavy, um, which means that I would give it a 8 overall, because I am really excited to see where this goes, and not just the overall storyline of good versus evil, but also the dynamic between the characters, and how they kind of like how they really bring out these characters and kind of like hit different points and stuff with the readers. So yeah, man. So that leaves the final scoring to our special guest, Omi Juan. Um, First, before going into it, give a breakdown, take as much time as you want, go as in depth as you want, uh, and then give us your overall score.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, you know, when I'm reading comics, I'm always breaking it down into like different areas, right? Like I'm a big fan of aesthetics, right? So how does it look? How does it feel? Like that's really huge for me. So I really enjoyed, the artwork and the panels and the way that the characters were drawn and portrayed. So that was one of the big things that kind of stood off right away for me is just how just the overall approach and structure for how they approach the artwork and the panels. So that was really good for me. And then the dialogue and the story, right? Like I'm a huge fan of really creative storytelling in the way that they approach certain scenarios and the dialogue interaction and how they really flush out the character dynamics and what and the story arcs of the characters, right? So I think that they really were hitting on all cylinders with regards to that as well. So for those two things alone, I was already, really pleased with the comic overall. And the other thing too that I always try to keep in mind, especially with premiere issues, is that that although the characters are familiar and we know a lot about them, this is kind of the first hook of a new story. And like you said, I think that of all the new X-Men storylines that are out, I mean, this is probably, I'm with you on that emoji. This is probably the one that I'm really looking forward to seeing where they go with it because it just seems fresh. I love the character choices. I love how they play off each other. And the different dynamics and how it touches on the cultural and social issues. So, bringing all that together, I'm with you. I think I'd have to give it an 8 as well. I rock with it hard. So,
Let's go. Let's go. Yo, I got a question for you. Hold on, let me write this down real quick. Giving it an A. Um, so look, we have multiple different X Men stuff going on right now. Like we got this stuff going on in like the main 616 stuff, and they have like different teams and stuff. But we also have something kind of like similar where in the aspect where you have a cast of characters that aren't really too known. Because I feel like that's what this, right? Like a lot of these characters, they're not like the main line X Men characters, right? Like they're characters that most people probably wouldn't know. If they're not, into it. And we have another series kind of like that too, which is the Ultimate X Men series. Now, we've been covering a few of those issues, and okay, John isn't here, so you guys can speak freely. Um, in parallel, this even just off of this one issue, parallel to the Ultimate X Men series, what do you guys thought?
Yeah, that's a crazy question, man. That's you definitely setting that one up. I mean, I feel like when we talked about Ultimate X-Men, the last issue, we fleshed out kind of some of those things we didn't like about it. I know Boogie
Well,
feels different.
that's because John talked for like 4 hours.
Yeah, well, he wasn't on that one. He didn't do the second one with
Oh,
us.
he didn't do the second one. Yeah, that was Casey. That was Casey.
Yeah, so I mean, with this
Was the
one, it
second
just
one with the best friend that brought her into the abandoned crib?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, go ahead. You just compared. What was your question again?
So I'm
How you feel
comparing
about it?
because okay, so look. Both of these X-Men stories are with characters that you don't readily recognize, right?
Right.
They're not like your mainline X-Men characters, right? But they're both kind of like kids, and that whole like story of like discovery and stuff like that, forming their group. But they're very different. So my question was is how would you compare one to the other, like your thoughts, even though we only read one issue of NYX,
I mean,
right?
Juan, are you keeping up with Ultimate X-Men as well?
I am.
I'm
I am. Yeah.
on
All
I
right.
think five or
So
Now,
I
four or
I
five
now,
right
haven't
now.
yeah,
now,
I
now,
I
haven't
think I'm
read
on
you
five
ahead.
gotta
right
see.
now. I think I'm no, I
You
think I'm on six. I think I'm on six.
Oh, somebody wants to come up.
I got you.
Oh, you want to come up? All
Um,
right.
I feel like NYX has more relatable themes in it,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's not like
Well, it's definitely more Western.
yeah, it's more Western. It feels intentional. Like to me, when I was reading it, I definitely got the anime vibes. I got the My Hero vibes. Like, you kind of are just already on a track, you know what I mean? Like something that you can follow.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Ultimate X-Men feels like intentionally not, something to follow. It's outside of what you may, normally gravitate towards or what you would expect. But what we were saying, I think me and you agreed on this emoji was it there's elements of Ultimate X-Men that don't really feel like X-Men. Like it feels more of like a local story, like a
Yeah,
more personal story. Whereas, this NYX story
it
feels
feels
like
like X-Men, even though there's no X-Men that we know.
yeah, it's in the world that
Mm-hmm.
we are already used to, whereas the
Mm-hmm.
other world is not fleshed out a lot. It's just kind of like we get more and more pieces of it as we go along. But I feel like that's, like I said, it's intentional, so I want to like
Uh,
Ultimate X-Men more than I do, but in comparison, it's not as appealing.
yeah.
It's
I'm the opposite on that. I don't think this book compares to Ultimate X Men at all. I believe that Ultimate X Men is a few steps ahead of this because for me, there's a if you're gonna compare the two, that's where I'm gonna say one is more simplistic than the other, just 100% all the way around. The art is great on
NYX is more
both.
realistic, is what you're saying?
Yes, MIX is more simplistic because to me, it's not much you have to do. Like if I ask you now, where's the story going in a sense, right? Like I kind of can pick a direction and say, okay, it's going here. To me, lead me astray. Don't tell me where we're going. Build this thing out. Like I don't believe Ultimate X-Men. Well, we're talking about the one with Peach Momoko, right? In a
yeah,
sense.
yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for me, I think there's elements there where you have to do more digging, more homework, more things, and that I'm more of that. That maybe that lends to my personality type, but I can't almost put these two books in that same category at all because, like I said, this one has laid a foundation of where I feel like we know we're gonna go. It's almost a typical type of X Men story in a sense, and I will say this: it doesn't really feel that much X Men more than the other one does. Just truth be told, it's not the jokes, the thing that's cool, but I don't know if that makes it more X Men than Ultimate X Men. What makes it more X Men? because someone's using their powers with book. These people use their powers as well. She
You know
discovers her
what? I'll
powers.
tell you right now. I'll
So,
tell you at least from my perspective, right?
hmm
And I think that so I feel like
I just hold on real quick. Hold on, X. Before you
emoji.
go, I just want to say
yeah,
because we're closing on like the last 60 seconds. For
Go for it.
anyone that we are doing a giveaway for a random VV digital collectible. In order to enter, you have to repost the live stream that is on my X account at official emoji, two eyes at the end. Post the live stream that's up there, and be in the Discord. And click the little party icon that is in the chat. You got like 60 seconds to do that. I think OMW just sent like a little quick link at the bottom too. So if you want to do that, you have to do that and also be KYC verified. So if you want to enter into the giveaway, those are the qualifications. This is pretty much the last call before it wraps up. So I just wanted to let you guys know. All right, X, the floor is yours.
Yes, enter that giveaway. Get that collectible. So emoji is lining up this question because of the word X-Men, right? Because we're harping on what makes it X-Men. This one is called X-Men. This is not called X-Men, but Ultimate X-Men is literally. So what I would
I'm taking
say,
that title is like that's what the thing. Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but that title to me, yeah, if there's X Men in it,
mhm,
you can label it X Men to me. I'm not taking it for face value, like because you label it X Men, every single thing has to be of what we're used to from X Men. Like,
yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Like, if this is a whole new scenario, and then the artist in which is coming to write this story and do it in a way that it was always gonna be a little bit different, and that I'm accepting of. I don't mark it down or strike points of it because it isn't digest it the way that I've always read X Men. So
right.
my question to you is, what makes this book
I'm gonna
that
tell
we
you right
just read
now.
tonight more X Men than that book?
Copy. I'm gonna tell
Besides
you right now.
Wolverine, because I know you're a Wolverine head, like
No, no,
through
no.
and
It's
through.
not even that at all. You see, so this is a great example, right? A great callback to when we do this other episode, right? Because with this one in particular, right? We all agreed and really enjoyed the scene with the classroom, right? Where there that whole conversation about the professor, what he's teaching, how they react to it. That is the part of X-Men right there, where you are reminded that you're in a world where there's racism, there's bias, there's and we called him the diversity hire. You know what I mean? We were able to have that conversation and get and translate that whole scenario to something that we are literally seeing every day, right? With Ultimate X-Men, it feels to me more like a prelude to a world like that. It feels like it's set in it, but there's no like the story isn't based on being a mutant, being an outsider. It's more of like based
Can
on
can I hop there? Because you that's the word
yeah,
I was looking for you to say,
absolutely, absolutely
and
go
you
for it.
said it, and that's what I disagree with. The whole
Okay,
book is based on her being an outsider and a misfit among the people that do fit in. That's why she's singled out. That's why she feels alone. She's in this place of trying to understand her powers that just got thrust upon her, which is 100% X Men. That
right,
is the if that doesn't make you X Men or any a mutant or anything, that's exactly the journey. So that's why I always didn't understand what you guys meant by there's no X Men element here when it's showing hardship, her these powers being thrust upon her in a moment of when their DNA or whatever is under major stress. That's when they tend to show these express these powers or whatever you will. But and that's what I mean. Like it's being overlooked to me sometimes by the art style and the way in which the and the way in which she's writing it more like how you would say a manga. Um, and I think that's what's striking points off in you guys' eyes. But to me, I'm gonna give you a bonus because you took something that was always, like you said, like to me, and that's why I said the simplicity in there is yes, you had a professor here, and we can go deep into saying how is he paid for? Is he allowed to do his job this way? And that is the level of X Men too. That the social issues and everything that, but Ultimate X Men isn't lacking that as well. And that's what I'm saying. It's just
I,
in a
I
different
don't think
form.
I don't think the outside world is more prominent in how it's affecting her more than her internalizing what she's going through because it's like also our best friend died. So like it's like this whole theme. The way I see it is a theme of shame is the actual, theme of Ultimate X-Men, because it also like within Japanese culture as well. That's my perspective of it. Whereas other X-Men, like you see, they show the hate, even with the one with Cyclops' team, where he's arrested and like he's being tried for something. You know what I mean? Like that's the, I guess, the element, at least for me, that reminds me of the world the X-Men are in, based on those themes. I just feel like with Ultimate X-Men, it's a different theme. That's like they're building up to it, but from what we've read so far, I just think that it's more of like a prelude of the X-Men.
Let me because I do want to get to the winner of this real quick. Let me just get to see if Juan had a comment on this. And then I'll jump to see who wins. Juan, did you want to weigh in on this real quick?
No, no. Well, I would just say that I think for me, my answer would be that the Ultimate X-Men kind of feels like, and you were talking about DC earlier. This kind of it feels kind of like an Elseworld, right? Where it's
Yeah.
like
Well, it is. It is. Yeah.
you know what I
Pretty
mean.
much.
Although it does have very much X-Men themes to Boogie's point, right? As far as her powers manifesting under those conditions, um, where the NYX book just aesthetically, like looking at it, feels more familiar. You know what I mean? So,
Thank
um,
you, Mel. Thank you for coming through.
yeah. So that's where I would, that's kind of my answer to both of, to like how I would compare one to the other.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah,
I
I agree.
agree.
I
It's more familiar, but I'm not bad emoji. I know you want to go off that, but it's more familiar. But to me, I give it more points. Let's put it like this: like you play like was it SS Tricky, the snowboarding thing? It's like I give it more style points for you taking a book
You
and
giving
don't
it an
present.
extra 360,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the
I'm giving it a
180?
360. You grab the board, the tail of the board, and you know what I mean, for 30 seconds. But with two backflips. But I mean, like for real, I'm giving it more style points because you pull it off in a different fashion. Like I love how X Men is always presented, but I like the different angle in which it is written in, and I still get that feel of X Men. It's the same. I still get that feel, but it's just under different conditions.
All right, let's get to this winner. And once again, as I said, the rules are the rules. So I'm gonna pull up on the stream to make sure the first thing was met. The first qualification was met, and then we'll go down the thing. So I'm gonna go silent real quick, otherwise guys, you're gonna hear echo. So just give me 1 second as I verify the first part of, of the giveaway.
All right,
I
I am
am
seeing a
seeing a
live
live
stream
stream
there.
there. Come back to Discord. Now is check the crowd. Check the crowd. Is vegan Tings in the building? CSPFP here. Vegan Tings, can you come on stage?
Let's go.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Is he here? I don't see him.
Okay, I see your hand
Oh yeah,
up.
yeah. Oh, he won again. He
Hand
won
up.
last time. Yeah, he's got to take this one.
Bring them up.
I just added him.
What you
Oh, there
say,
he is.
Bo?
No, I said I just added him. There he is.
Okay.
Um,
Vegan Tings. What's up? How you doing, bro?
well, how are you guys doing?
Good, good,
What's
good.
going on, bro?
Welcome. You had a good night tonight?
Great night.
Nice. So I gotta ask you the final question. Are you ready?
Hold on a second. I need 2 seconds.
Okay. Don't worry.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? All right. Are you KYC verified?
Yes, I am.
Let's go. We have our winner
Let's
for
go.
tonight. Vegan Teens in the
Yeah.
building. Congrats. Congrats.
Ah, man.
Congrats on the W.
What's up,
Congrats, man.
Juan?
It's horns going off. It's horns going off right now too.
There's I can't do it. Okay, so
Yo,
I can't do it this time.
vegan things.
Yes.
It's things. It's things. Why we
Nah,
keep
we
asking
already
things?
established. We already established. We all
It's
agreed.
vegan
Yo, so
teens.
so since this is the second time you won, right? Like have
Well,
you
actually, no, because he gave it away, so he never got a prize yet.
Yeah,
copy,
yeah,
all good,
Yeah.
all good. I just want to ask him, like, yo, bro, did you like the book at all? Like, you have any thoughts on X-Men? Like, any now you gotta say something to the crowd because you basically a regular.
Yeah.
Yo, X is
I'm.
basically G checking you right now.
Weigh in on some X-Men real quick. How you feel about
I
the
I
book
own
or
like
anything?
6 copies of the book that was discussed tonight. So does that count?
Hey, of
yeah.
course. So
Counts. That
what's your
counts. That
rating,
counts. That
bro?
counts.
What's up? What's your rating? Like do you like the book? Like how you feel about the comparison to the Ultimate X-Men joint? Let's hear it, bro.
I would probably give it a solid 8.
Good eight. Okay.
It was a
There
good
you go.
book.
Also that's the score that it got because we got 2 7s, 2 8s, which makes a 7.5.
Yeah, that's a great
Round up
score.
to
That's a great score.
a.
I think it has a lot of potential in the future.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I
I
just
know.
want to
And
get
it,
some more
Congratulations, man.
X-23.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad you came through. Did you get to read any of the other ones yet, or was this your first to go through?
No, you guys are my readings.
First? Oh, okay. So let
Do
me
you
ask
have
you
a
this:
favorite?
does this
Yeah.
encourage you to read the other ones?
And what's your
It,
favorite?
it
What's your favorite episode so far? Like, what's your favorite review that
Yo,
we've done?
X is grilling him, bro.
Oh, nah, like he always
everyone that I win, everyone that the Bob picks me in, that's the one. That's my favorite.
nah,
I'm
I'm
not
not
mad at
not
that.
even not a grill at all. I just you always be
He's always
watching and
here.
tuning in. So
Yeah.
like this is love, man. I appreciate you deserve the
For sure,
giveaway,
for sure,
bro.
for sure.
So
I picked this show
yeah, man.
because homie Juan's in it.
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Appreciate you,
That's what's
bro.
up. That's what's up.
Love.
Yeah, man. And I want to say too, real quick, like it, the fact that kind of like this show is kind of like just getting people to kind of like see these storylines, like that's dope because that's always been the idea, right? And ultimately, it's kind of like hopefully, like as people kind of like hear what's going on or see what's written in within these pages, that inspires them to go in and maybe read the next issue and continue that journey. So
100%.
yeah,
Or
man,
or
appreciate
or they don't have to read it. Or they can come by here and
or
let
they
this
come
be
through.
their like Ving and Ting said, like just come by here and let this be your source
Cliff
to get the
notes.
information. Yeah, yeah,
Absolutely,
exactly.
absolutely.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
sometimes that's the best way to get it. You know what I mean? Like let me hear the story, abbreviate it. I get the gist, and now I can digest something every week. Not everybody has time to sit down and flip through the pages and go
But
deep in
but
to it. So
that's assuming you trust us. I mean, we could just be making it all up. It could all be cat.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's
good thing you got the
crazy.
video. So
Eh. He said not with the visual component. I like you can't fake that.
Well, not the words is tiny, bro. Like, yo, we could just like finesse the whole story, bro.
That's nasty. Maybe we have to do
Like,
that one day to see if everyone read. You know what I mean? Just make up,
Yeah,
just
now you
show a
talking
bunch of
crazy.
pictures, just show a whole bunch of pictures
Looking
and
off the deep end
talk
with
about
that one.
something different. That's a possibility. But congrats again, vegan things
Chris?
and things.
thank you.
Yes,
appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
sir.
Great
Yes,
So
shit, man.
Thank
definitely
you for
do
the
a
show.
You get something cool, man.
so go open up a support ticket. Let them know that you won for the comic shop, and they'll set you up. Normally the giveaway gifts do come around like Sunday, Monday, because it does take a few days to process. But you should get your gift dropped in around then. I've been seeing it Mondays mostly.
Yeah.
I
And
think it's gonna
one
take
thing,
like at least a month. They're sending me a miles. I heard.
I hope you get a
Ooh.
miles, bro. I hope you get a miles.
If it
One
just
thing,
if
one
it
thing that I
just so
would
happened
ask
to go
though.
on the market, like 10% would be very nice. You know what I mean? 10% would be nice.
Yo, one thing that I'll ask though is because we are excited to celebrate your W and see what you got. So when you do get that drop, if you want to make a little post, you don't have to do anything that's going to dox your account. So you don't have to put up your mint number or anything like that. You could drop it in AR or just block that out. But we would like to see what you got. So if you could tag us and get the post.
Will do, of course.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. All right. So I think that sums it up. Did you guys have any like closing thoughts or anything for this
Yeah.
for the
Congrats
show
again
for the
to
fans
vegan.
tonight?
Yeah, congrats again to Vegan Things. You know what I mean? Winning his first collectible, giving one away. Big shout out to you. Good things always come back. Look at you. Didn't even have to wait long. Um, and Obi-Wan, thanks for pulling up. You the homie for real. You know what I mean? Come through with another one. Come through with the next version. You know, the next issue, and we'll review it again. See how much this story gets fleshed out. But it was a pleasure having you. You're welcome anytime, and I want to also thank everybody for pulling up and once again sharing another Thursday. Y'all precious time with us, and just helping us all build this thing together. And as you can see, over 200 plus people showed up and enjoyed themselves tonight. So we keep getting bigger and better. And yeah, let's keep this thing rocking. I appreciate all y'all.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that emoji. Appreciate that boogie. Appreciate the X and vegan things. Congrats again, man. This has been fun, man. I've really been looking forward to it, and it did not disappoint. And I just love the banter and the chatter, and just being able to chop it up. It just feels like a kid being in the comic book shop again. So this is dope.
Hey, let's
Let's
go.
go.
Nice, nice. That's the goal. That's the goal, man. X, did you want to say anything before we close up?
Yo, I just feel like we spoiled, man. We got mad books that we've been, reading that been crazy, and we're gonna just keep
Facts.
going and doing more. This is fire. 28 days till New York Comic Con.
That's
So, we on a
How
run
many
right
hours,
now.
minutes, and seconds?
That I don't
Because
know.
you are really hyped. This is
Yeah, we almost there. So, thanks for everybody pulling up and yo, Juan, I'm trying to know like what more of your what your collection looks like, that things that you fuck with. So
For sure,
yeah,
bro.
like feel
I'm
free
heading
to
out
hop
to
on the X and we'll chop it up.
absolutely, yeah, and I'll be out in New York for Comic Con, so hopefully we can
Hey,
hook up then.
oh yeah, it's
definitely,
going down.
definitely.
I'll be there too.
Let's
Oh,
go.
let's go,
Hey,
vegan
about to be lit,
things pulling up
bro. It's about to be
to
lit.
Comic Con.
Did y'all see the thing for that Vivi dropped for the party?
Nah.
Yeah, the video,
Oh,
at least the venue.
yeah, y'all got to go back to the venue. They dropped the venue.
Hey, okay, let's go. I'm definitely gonna
what
check
day?
it out.
What day was the party? That's crazy.
It's gonna be on Thursday.
Ooh,
Hey,
Vivi
let's
party on
ooh.
Thursday,
go.
and
Let's
whatever
go.
else happens.
Yo, that's wild. That's the only day that I'm able to go. I'm literally getting on a flight the next day. So, yeah, things just always work out. So, I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped to see you guys out there for sure.
And then it's gonna be fun. Yeah, if you haven't seen that, definitely check that out. That video that they did with MC and Corey and Diana, um, really dope video. Another thing that I thought was really cool is that they mentioned, because they were talking about the Maserati, and they mentioned that when they're putting these together, they're making sure that it has all the parts, so that way it can be, and they actually did use this word, interoperable, with other things. And that to me is exciting, because one of the biggest things that I've been hoping to do is to be able to use these cars in other avenues. So the fact that they're building it to kind of like be able to drop into whatever it is that they plan on dropping into it into the future. And I'm not talking about the Weavers, but whatever they plan on dropping into the future, that that's dope to me that they're building it out to be that way. Whether it happens or not, I don't know, but it just it, yeah, it's cool that they're rigging it up to kind of like be functional in like how a car would be in any type of thing.
That's crazy, dude. I don't
So
want my Maserati ending up in the chop shop emoji. Come on now. That's crazy.
yeah, man, yeah. So
That sounds great.
so yeah, man. Definitely, if you haven't checked that out, check that out. And we'll be back at this again next week, next Thursday. I'm gonna jump over to X real quick to close out, so I could close out with some music for the stream. But anyone that wants to join me, feel free to jump over on the X side. And those that are already on the X side, I mean, you're already there anyway. So I'm just gonna close out. So we can close out on the song. But
Yo,
appreciate
Emoji, real
you.
quick, what book we doing next week?
Um, Actually, I don't know. I know the guests, but I gotta hit them up to see what book they want to do. So you know what? I'm gonna hit them up either tonight or tomorrow and see what book they're gonna do. And then I'll announce that
Okay.
on. Well, you guys will know beforehand. You guys will know the co-hosts will know beforehand, but I'll announce it publicly on Monday.
All right, bet. Well, see everybody on the X
Cool,
side.
cool. All right, cool. Appreciate
Thank you guys. Thank you.
it.
Thank you for the
Anytime,
show.
bro. Anytime. Thank you.
Later, Juan.
All right, buddy.
All right,
All
we
right, we
are.
are.
Hold on. Let me disconnect the in the stage. Okay, we are back on X. All right, appreciate you guys in here. Um, there we go. Let me play something real quick to close out. Once again, I do want to give a big thank you for everyone that came through, everyone that enjoyed themselves tonight. Feel free, like I said, this is normally not normally, it always is an open discussion. So I do post the what we're going to be reviewing on Mondays. So, you have the opportunity to go read that in advance. And, if you want to weigh in on the conversation, feel free to just send up the request and you can come in, and review it with us and your score can be considered. I'd like to make this like a community based review. But it is dope that, this is kind of like giving people the opportunity to kind of like see these stories and experience them because
Because they're
like
fire.
yeah they are fire, but like even on top of that they touch on a lot. They resonate and they touch on a lot, and a lot of people, especially when it comes to the fandom and things like that, the reason why these characters and these stories mean so much to people and why people are so die hard with them, is because of a lot of that, like, literally can shape a person as far as who they are, what they believe, what they feel is right, and what motivates them. Because remember, this is an art. It is an art, and it's a methodology, a method of um, conveying a message, and many times that can be a very important message and resonate with people. So that's the goal that we've been trying to do. Oh snap! OMW's coming up. Let my guy up real quick. Hold on. Yo, OMW, you got me? You can hear me? OMW? Yeah, hello? Did you request by accident? Y'all don't hear
Mic check,
OMW,
one
right?
three, 1 3.
Oh yeah, you good. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
Yo.
Emoji, Boogie, Gregory, RXH, Omi One, and the Phantom we call Prop. Uh, wonderful comic shop today, y'all. Wonderful comic shop. Just wanted to let y'all know it's been an absolute pleasure listening over in the Discord while you guys run these. It's it's super entertaining to hear the different perspectives and feedback of each book. Now, I have a very serious question for all the hosts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's up? Wait, did, yo, OMW, I can't hear you. Can y'all hear him?
Nah, did he rug?
Yo, you
I can
rugging,
tell.
bro? Oh, and yo, talk about suspense,
Yeah, I
bro.
got a call.
Yo,
I
Oh,
got a
all
call,
man,
right.
bro.
that
My
was
bad.
crazy.
My bad, y'all. My bad. You know,
Whew.
in proper timing.
Mhm.
Are we ever gonna get a book that's like actually not fire? I'm just curious. I know that
Yo, I've been
we're
saying that, bro. I want to
That's
review bomb
crazy.
something. I want to review bomb something, but all these books like end up actually being dope.
That's what I was saying. We spoiled.
Yeah.
We
Well,
real
actually,
spoiled
I
right now.
I did give Doom a 4. To be fair, I gave Doom a 4. Even though I know a lot of people like it, I gave it a
Yeah,
4
it was
because
a
I.
strong eye. You know, it was eye.
But yeah, nah, we haven't had anything that we would give like a 3 or 2 or 1 to yet. You know what? Maybe we gotta get somebody to search for something. Like maybe like one of the guests have to see. Can you search for a book that's really really bad?
Well, yeah, because I mean that's also part of it too. Like out of respect for the guests, you imagine this person's like hype to talk about this book, and
Yo,
then we,
that would be crazy. And then
we
we
go off
bomb
on
it.
it.
Yo,
Like, you know what I mean? That would,
yo, this
I
junk
don't
is
know. It's like,
trash.
and then you got to remind them each time, like, okay, so the way that the rating score goes, this is basura.
Yo, nah, that would be wild. That would be wild. Yeah, nah, it would be fun to do it though, cause it's always sometimes fun to kind of like just rip in on something. We just haven't had it yet, man. We just haven't had it. I don't know. OMW, maybe you could come up with one and be a guest.
Don't worry. Whenever they drop more manga on here, I'll be up here. Don't worry. I got you, fam.
Bet,
That's
bet,
fair.
bet. All right. So, once again, appreciate everyone in here. I hope you guys had a good time. Thank you for tuning in, and it was a good show. It was a good show. So I'm gonna close out. I think everyone said their final thoughts, right? So we can pretty much wrap it up.
Yeah, I just got one question for you,
Mm-hmm.
bro.
Yeah, yeah. What's up?
Are you hyped for this Dragon Ball panel? Like, you in there?
There's a Dragon Ball panel for New York Comic Con.
Yes, bro.
I didn't
Yes.
know that they were doing. Hold.
Yes.
Oh,
I
say
so
less.
so the
Yeah, bro.
so
You
Daima's
can't. You
gonna
gotta be in there. You gotta be in there with me.
Diamond's
Oh.
already gonna be out by that time.
Right.
So
But
like, what are they?
so
What are they
they probably
paneling?
gonna do the English dubbed version for us. I don't think when it comes out
They're not gonna simulcast it.
I mean, I'm not sure. That's just my theory. That's what I think they're gonna do. Cause it's like an hour long, and they're giving
damn.
out a fire promo card and a T-shirt. And I
What
have the
day is?
T-shirt
Hold on.
from
What
last
day
year.
is this? What day is this?
Thursday, bro. Thursday.
What
So
time?
next week is the reservation on. I think it's on Wednesday, the 26th.
Okay.
Either Wednesday or Thursday. So I'll hit you up to remind you.
Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Dang, yo, I
we
was
could all
trying to
link up
avoid. Yo,
at
I was
that
trying to
panel.
avoid the con, bro. Cause every time I go to the con, I get sick. I was like, yo, I'm not going to the con this year. Like, ain't nothing really there that I want to see. I'm just gonna go to the parties and turn up. Cause last year I went to the con and I got sick like on the second day, bro. So I missed everything.
Damn.
So I was tight.
Elderberry
yeah,
is
I don't know. Bro,
the
I
way
was
to go.
I was taking
But my
elderberry. I was taking vitamin C. I was like, yo, I was eating it like gummy bears, bro. Like nothing worked, man. I was out of commission.
Get that echinacea in your system, bro. Let's go.
Bro. Since you guys are talking about Dragon Ball, they might have Dragon Ball Project Multi, out there as well. I'm not sure if anyone got the beta, but
Project
it's like
Multi,
League
what's
of
that?
Legends, bro.
Oh, it's an
It's
MMO.
the
like
new
League of
phone
Legends.
game, right?
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's like the Pokemon joint, right? Like where you it's like you take over like spots on a board, and like it looks like a board game almost.
Um,
Mm.
it's more like League of Legend than anything else.
So it's
But
an
with Dragon
MMO.
Ball character. Yeah, it's an MMO, and it's like it's pretty dope. The
Copy.
alpha stopped, but it should be out in like early 25, I think. So they might have some sneak peeks over there, or like some QR codes to give you some extra in-app current. I don't know, bro, but thanks for letting me know. I'm gonna
Yeah,
definitely pull up.
Bet,
that's gonna be fire for sure.
Mm-hmm. Bet. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for Spark and Zero, so you know, I'm probably gonna be. Well, nah, I am gonna be streaming it once that comes out. But yeah, all right, cool, man. So I guess we got some Dragon Ball things coming. Hopefully, one day we got some Dragon Ball VV things coming, but we'll see. We'll see. But all right. Did anyone want to say anything before I close out?
It's been a blast, gentlemen. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, appreciate you. Thanks to having you. This was a great episode, man. Great book.
For
Let's
sure,
go.
for sure. All right. So, without further ado, we'll wrap this thing up. Once again, I want to say thank you for everybody that came through tonight.
She asked if she could see what's in the vault, told her I could show you my collection if you want, if you got the time, I could show you how it's done. Get you anything you like, baby, we could run it up, baby.
Yo, let's go. Shout out Homie Juan, the homie, our special guest for tonight. Yo, appreciate you, bro. And big appreciation also, too, for my co-host holding it down. E-Boogie, RX6, Propagandist, thank y'all for coming through. The guests, all you guys in the audience, because we wouldn't be having a show if it wasn't for you. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed our coverage. And I hope this inspires you to, pick up the next book and, maybe crack open the pages and give it a read or two. My name is Emoji, and we do this every Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we call this The Comic Shop. So thank you once again, everyone that came through. And we will see you next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I do want to give a special shout out, because we are closing out with 284 people on the stream.